Wuthering Waves exceeding expectations again with this. No. It didn't exceed my expectations. They didn't exceed my expectations. I've been knew this game won't go blow up. I can't help that nobody listens to me no more. They're too busy saying, you f***ed my girlfriend Firefly. I knew this, but ain't nobody listening to me anymore because they're all upset because I busted a nut and they... Anyways.
Gaming isn't going to be happy about this one. If you don't know,
Yeah, I know, bro. This means that another game outside of Hoyoverse can succeed. They're going to be furious about this.
Coming up on almost a month of Wuthering Waves. I mean, I think we're a little bit short of it. And the game has been doing amazing. I mean,
you want to know why I really like Wuthering Waves? Because I beat it all, and now I don't have to play it until the new update comes out. And then once I finish my account, then I'm going to crush all the holograms. Because it doesn't matter if I beat them early or if I beat them later. And that's why I'm glad. Because I was worried that I was going to have to play this every single day for 18,000 hours. Right? And then when I played the game, get this, I enjoy the game. That's why I like the game. Because I don't know about y'all, listen man, I am not MTashed. I am not looking for a game that I can play 20 hours a goddamn day. I'm good. Now, if I want to do that, sure. But I don't want to feel like I have to do that, right? I love how I play the game a little. I log in, do my dailies in like 2 minutes, log the hell out.
You know, we've gotten a ton of free rewards since then. I mean, there's been a lot of problems fixed.
That's an understatement.
The game just feels a lot smoother than it did since day one. But one thing that a lot of people talked about, especially on the release of Wuthering Waves, was the revenue. Because if you don't know, Wuthering Waves came out near the end of the month, meaning that the revenue chart for that month would include Wuthering Waves, but not a full month of revenue.
Yeah, it included 8 days. And then people took that as like, oh yeah, you see, Wuthering Waves is a flop because in 8 days, they couldn't make as much as these other games could in 31 days. It didn't make $2 billion in the first 72 hours, so it's just a fucking flop. Hoyoverse, can you fuck me in my ass tonight?
If we look at that revenue right here, it actually says Wuthering Waves came in, you know, kind of high up on the list. In the top 20 at least for both of their versions, global and Chinese. And they made about $13 million in such a short amount of time. I think it was like 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, which is absolutely amazing to be keeping up with.
That's cap. Wuthering Waves made more than 50 million in the first 8 days. But the thing is that you're only looking at the censor report, which doesn't include PC. Yeah, and you're also only looking at China. So I'm gonna keep it a buck, brother man. You reported 13 million on just China, but there's also global revenue, and then there's PC revenue as well. This only shows mobile data.
Games like Nikkei and stuff like that, which are also massive games too. And overall, it just looked really positive for the game. But recently, there's been a tweet released by Stix, which has given us a little bit of a spoiler to what's going to happen in the revenue chart. But
there was no spoiler. I've already called this shit forever ago.
Before we get into this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And also go over to Gamersub.
I've been spoiled this shit.
And use my code Kaza, where you can get yourself some nice waifu cups, tubs, and even more. They've got a ton of accessories over there.
Yeah, go to Gamersub and use code OTK.
And I really think you guys would like it. It's such an amazing brand. I really like them, and they've got some really cool designs. So go check them out.
Dude, if you want a really good flavor to try out Copium. Copium, lean, and Shadowley's Blowhole Blast. Raw meat, so good.
Even if you're going to have a little bit of a browse, yeah, don't forget to use my code Kaza whenever you order something. But let's get back into the video. So just yesterday, Stix released this tweet, which says haters said Wuthering Waves wouldn't make much money in the first month, but it's dead on arrival. Yeah, according to data from GameLook, it's already made 110 million USD and is expected to reach 140 million USD.
Can I give a hot take? I think Wuthering Waves doing demonstrably better than Genshin Impact will actually be a net negative for the game, because once the Hoyoverse community realizes that they can't shit on them this much, it'll be a lot less relevant because they can't shit talk it anymore. And they'll get upset, they'll be scared, and they'll just stop talking about it, because that's how Hoyoverse fixes their problems, is they just ignore it and hope it goes away. But I hope Wuthering Waves continues to kill it after month 1.
Within its first month of release. Big W, which is absolutely amazing. Like, this is really good for Wuthering Waves. This is super positive news. And to be honest, I trust Stix with this. Like, you may be wondering about the legitimacy of this claim. Stix is a very trustworthy guy. I've talked to him a couple of times. He uses some of my Blender stuff on his thumbnails. And yeah,
I don't know about that. But, I mean, I'm still going to be waiting for the revenue report at the end of the month. But here's the thing, man. All information comes from somewhere. And errors happens all the fucking time. Yeah, I don't know about that one, but I like Stix. He's nice. let's keep it a buck. Let's not pretend he actually clickbaits. He actually clickbaits straight up. He'll just straight up fucking lie in the titles. It's fucking wild. Hey, but it is what it is.
He's just an overall really nice guy. He says that he's got his data from GameLook, which is a Chinese kind of company. So I absolutely believe him here because it seems like GameLook has a good insight on what's going on with the Chinese market and also just the global market overall, because let's be real, a lot of the gacha games are over in China, so you kind of want a Chinese company digging into all the analytics and kind of, you know, revenue and stuff, because they know more about what's going on and the translations and everything like that. But what the actual screenshot here says, according to the data disclosed by Courier today, the global downloads of Ming Qiao have exceeded 30 million, which was actually announced on their Twitter the other day. I made a video on this. It was kind of a controversial one, and I also made a follow-up video. They reached 30 million, and they've given out 10 free pools to everyone now after the whole situation was over. And it says, according to GameLook's...
I'm gonna be real, bro. If somebody tells me they've spent money on the game, I just ask them why. And I know that's fucked up because obviously I want people to, you know, buy the battle pass or the monthly pass if they really want to. But like, there's like almost no reason to spend money on this game because I've gotten everything for free. I mean, maybe if you wanted Jian and Yinglin, but like, I don't know why you would want both. I mean, maybe you're a collector, in which case, all right, pay up, piggy. I'm getting Jinzi, I'm getting Shangli, and I'm gonna just win. I'm gonna just win both the 50-50s. It's easy.
Estimate, since his launch on May 23rd, Ming Qiao's global revenue...
You got in 22 polls, not very relatable. Actually, I got into 92 polls because I went to Hard Pity and got Ling Yang. And then I got Yinlin.
Revenue on all platforms, including PC, has exceeded 800 million last week. Now, this is 800 million yuan, you know, the Chinese currency. So don't start freaking out saying they've made 800 million USD.
They made $1 billion?
Obviously, no. 800 million is a little bit much. I don't think there is any gacha game that even makes that. 800 million yuan last week, which is absolutely...
You want to know how they make $800 million, bro? They just release Bunny Suit Rover and then it's over. They would crush everybody. They would crush Genshin. They would crush Honkai Star Rail 1,000,000%. The moment this game starts going Coomer, they've won the game.
Insane. And it says, according to this trend, Ming Qiao's revenue in the first natural month, the 23rd of May to the 23rd of June, is very likely to exceed 1 billion yuan. Such a first month revenue is a very explosive performance in the global market.
Dude, you could have 1 billion Jing Yuans and you still couldn't beat the memory cast. That character is so dog shit.
This year, and that is totally correct. I mean, I probably should have mentioned Ming Qiao actually means Wuthering Waves, I'm pretty sure, and yeah, it seems like they are doing absolutely amazing. 1 billion yuan in the first month, I think, since release is great, and it is important to, you know, highlight here that they said this is revenue on all platforms. Whenever you look at this revenue chart here, this is all based on mobile revenue, so it's obviously not going to be 110 million USD or 140 million USD, however, you know, much it makes. It's going to be like at least probably like half of that, maybe a little bit more. We don't know. There is quite a big PC audience for Wuthering Waves, so, you know, a lot of this might be taken up by PC, but we don't know because there's a lot of China.
I mean, the other big thing that people need to realize is we're having Jin C release on 1.1, and hopefully the dev live stream will hype the fuck out of her. I hope, but we'll see.
These players out there that just play on their phones because they're soul gacha gamers, you know, they play it on the train to work or whatever. And yeah, they're just going to be spending more on mobile.
So we're going to have another
but we
boost.
Have to wait and see how strong the power of the mobile community is, because I reckon it's going to be somewhere at the top here. Because if we look here, Naruto Mobile made about 46 million.
Also, a little bit of insider scoop. I also know that Wuthering Waves EN is doing a lot better. Because at the beginning of the game, they could barely afford to sponsor me. And now they want to sponsor me multiple times. And the rate is still at a pretty heavily discounted rate. But they are getting more revenue. And I think they are getting a hold of themselves. And it seems like a lot of things are less chaotic behind the scenes. So I think the game is actually in a much better state now than it was at launch. Revenue-wise, internally-wise, community-wise.
Leveling Arise made about...
You're playing it anyways? Yeah, I know.
39 million, and Honkai Star obviously at the top with 52 million. And yeah, I honestly think it's going to make more than 35 million, meaning that it's probably going to be somewhere in the top 5, if not top 3, if not top 2, if not number 1. Because we haven't really seen many massive updates from Honkai Star. I mean, we've had the Firefly stuff released, which looks really, really nice, and I can't wait for it. I mean, that's going to be...
Firefly will obliterate banners. It will obliterate... I think it has the opportunity to set a new record for Helioverse. I will be shocked if it's not in the top 10 banners of all time of any game.
an absolutely explosive banner, but
I
I don't
would
know
be
if
shocked.
it's going to make enough revenue to, you know, get there by the end of the month. It might do, seeing as it's coming out just before the end of the month, and, you know, that initial first release is where most of the money comes in, but we'll just have to wait and see. But I think other games like Solo Leveling Arise are going to fall off. The same with Naruto Mobile.
Naruto Mobile will not fall off. Solo Leveling Arise will fall off.
They've just had a very good month this month, and that they're going to go back down to around, you know, somewhere in the top 20 still. And the same goes for probably Arknights too, because they made
Arknights will fall off dramatically.
8 million in April, and then they went up to 35 million in May, which is absolutely like unheard of. And yeah, I think they're going to go back down too, because I think they just had a good run for that month. So it's safe to say that we're definitely going to see Wuthering Waves somewhere in the top 10, if not top 5 spot, because, you know, 110.
Wuthering Waves will be the number 2 spot this month. Honkai Star Rail will be number 1. Wuthering Waves will be number 2. You can clip that. I know that for a fact. I'm very confident in these numbers. Very, 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 very confident. I would be genuinely shocked if it wasn't. 1, 2, or 3, 1,000,000%.
10 million USD or even 140 million USD is a massive amount of money, and that can really, really be good for Wuthering Waves in the future, because it means they can work on more stuff. Like, not only are
Wuhan number 1, Praise? Nah, there's no way, Ellie. There's just no way. Honkai Star Rail's Fireflies banner is just going to be fucking ridiculous. They've been hyping up this character for so long. Shin-C is barely hyped.
they, you know, doing good as a company, it means that they can put more money into the game to improve stuff and maybe even hire more people to
I mean, you don't know for a fact because the numbers aren't out yet. Yeah, but based off of projections and based on my general like game knowledge, I'm quite confident.
fix a lot of the problems that they're doing, or even fix their spaghetti code that they've been working with for all of these years.
Not to mention,
so
I
again,
believe
it's really
Firefly's
exciting to
also
see,
releasing
and
with
I hope
Ruan
that they
Mei,
do put
which a
this
lot of
money
people want her
into
as
the
well.
game, because we've got some really cool characters coming up, like Chang-Li, Jinshi, who both...
Dude, the best thing about Chang-Li is that people don't know that her boobs are even bigger in-game than her splash art. Yep. Them Johns be huge. Them Johns be huge.
look really, really nice. I mean, there has been a lot of videos on Twitter which I've seen, and yeah, they look really nice. I'm not going to put it on this video because, you know, I don't want to spoil anyone, and also, you know, it's leaks. I don't want to be like associated with the leaks. I have seen them though, so again, they look really nice, and I can't wait to see them in the game. And
I have seen way more Chang-Li leaks than I have seen Jinsei, but I still think I'm more excited for Jinsei just because I just want a character off rip. I'm excited to pull for her, man. I got so many pulls, and I know Chang-Li will come home way easier. Like she'll be there immediately. Big titty chicks love me, bro. They just do, right? So we'll be here there probably the first 10 pull.
definitely going to be pulling on Chang-Li because she looks insane. Yeah, it's very rare to see something like this in the gacha game community. As GameLook put it, they said such a first month revenue is very explosive performance in the global market this year. And they're completely correct there. I mean, games like Genshin Impact probably had around about the same revenue explosion whenever they first started. Now, Genshin Impact is down to about 30 million-ish, 23 million. And if we also look at April, the previous month, whenever Arlecchino came out, they did make 82 million, which is a massive amount of money. You got to think that Arlecchino was one of the most anticipated characters and a very important character in the series, and a lot of people really wanted her. So 82 million is to be expected, and I just can't wait to see what the revenue is going to be like whenever characters like Chang-Li.
I'm going to give a hot take. I think like Arlecchino actually sold pretty low for what the hype of the character should have been. I mean, I can't believe that Arlecchino didn't break every previous record. I mean, I would be ashamed if I was Genshin, to be honest. That character has been teased for like well over 3 version patches. Like not installment patches, like 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. Like we're in 4.0. We've known about Arlecchino since like 1.5 or some shit way back in the day. I thought she was going to sell way higher, to be honest.
And that come out, and even just some in the
still 84 million is great, but I was expecting minimum 120.
Future, I think like the Yeshu Lin banner is going to be absolutely.
I think if Arlecchino released on like the release of 5.0, I think it would have sold well over 200 million.
Insane, and it's gonna, you know, farm a lot of money for Kura Games, because I've seen a lot of people that really want Geshu Lin. Now, me personally, I'm not going to be pulling for him because I don't really like him. I'm going to be honest.
Because you're fucking cringe, man. Geshu Lin's my number 1 right now.
But, you know, those are big female.
I just like the dudes better than the women in this game. And I'm not even gay. I'm just being real, bro. Kuro knows how to make dudes. They do. They make good ass dudes.
And also gay audience that really like Geshu Lin and really want to pull on him because, you know, he's hot. That's pretty much the whole reason why they want him. And
good ass reason too.
The same can be said for a lot of the other characters in the game for other communities. So It seems like Wuthering Waves are really targeting a lot of different people in, you know, the community, and they're just making a diverse cast of characters that people want to pull for, which is super exciting to see. And again, this will contribute massively to this revenue, and I think they can make more than 140 million in a month. I think 140 million is just the start, as this is the first month since release. They've made 140 million. Let's go for 200 next time. Let's go for 250 the next time.
Nah, that's just not gonna happen. This simply won't happen. Right, like Wuthering Waves needs to be content with small victories, and people need to like be reasonable with their expectations. That's just like quite simply not going to happen. Right now, we can pretend, sure, but like I mean, it's just not going to do that, is it? It's just got too many obstacles. It doesn't have the same outreach as Hoyoverse. It's still getting its foot in the door, and we should just celebrate small victories.
Let's go for 300 the next time and just keep growing, because honestly, I think this game could do extremely good. And a lot of people on r/GetYourGaming saying, oh, this game's gonna fail. It's gonna be like the biggest flop of this year. Oh my god, it's doing so bad. You know, they've got a lot of problems with the game. Well, look at this. You literally can't tell me that they're doing bad. I made a tweet and it did pretty well the other day of me saying like, hey, r/GetYourGaming are still gonna try and prove to us that, you know, this game is still bad.
Yeah, I don't really know how people go to r/GotchaGaming and expect anything other than pure mental retardation. Like, these people are like the dregs of society. Like, they are truly the knuckle draggers. Like, these people are so goddamn stupid it has an AoE effect. That shit spreads like healing rain by a shaman. Like, they're so fucking stupid. It's insane. Like, I don't know how people look at this shit and just don't be like, oh, okay. Gotcha gaming. Okay, I'll click off. Then again, like, who's out here actually expecting Reddit to make a valid point?
Even though, you know, they're completely delusional and don't know what they're talking about, because 140 million is massive, and I don't think they can even deny that. So again, I'm kind of excited to see what their reactions is. I haven't actually had a look. I might take a look after this video. I don't want to give as much attention as...
I will not be giving a look, because I just really don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I actually don't give a fuck to see Gotcha Gaming's reaction. Like, the only reaction I ever see is the monthly PvP charts. Sentry Tower... I will watch the PvP. Other than that, we do not care.
To them as possible, because, again, they're just a super scummy community that, you know, just feed off hating Wuthering Waves and, you know, sucking the dick of Hoyoverse. And yeah, it's just kind of sad to see, seeing as this is like, you know, a community that's supposed to be pretty unbiased. I mean, r/GetYourGaming, you think of the name, it's like, you know, it's for every gacha game, but it just seems like they hate particular ones.
They'll change to r/Hoyoverse soon.
And that they just want to make other people hate particular ones for some reason. It's just extremely weird, and I really hope that they don't have much of an influence on the community in the future, because yeah, they're just terrible. Yeah, just let me know what you think about this revenue in the comments below. I think it's really, really good. I honestly think that Wuthering Waves is doing amazingly, especially with all the issues they've had recently, and hopefully they keep it up in the future. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and also go over to Gamersubs and use my code. As I said at the start, they've got a ton of really nice stuff, so go over there, take a look at them. Even if you're just browsing, just go over, have a look, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. That's all. See ya.
Good ass video. Yeah, I'll see you all again when Wuthering Waves beats Genshin back in the revenue reports. And then everybody says, well, they'll only do it once and they'll never do it again, so it doesn't really matter. And they can't just be like, oh yeah, good job. Dude, I love these videos. Even though I really don't care about how much a game makes, I know other people care a lot, which gives me an opportunity to make fun of them. But here's what I give a fuck about. If the game's good, I'll be real, man. If Wuthering Waves makes $5 and the game's good, I really just don't give a fuck. Straight up. That's just me, though. I don't know what other people's priorities are, but my R is the game good, and that's it.